What's going on, guys? My name is Mudkip here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you my top loadouts for characters. You know I play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm just going to go through here one by one until I get all of them. Well, it's going to take a while because there's going to be more, and every time another one comes out, I'm going to do it some more. But I'm going to start off with my top one and slowly move down the line. So here is one of the ways I like to play Fuze. I like to play it a very aggressive playstyle, as you can see here. And Fuze is a slow-moving character, but he's heavy armored, so I like to use that to my advantage, where I prefer to take less bullets so I have more health. Now, if a suicide bomber is in this mode, because if I play this on multiplayer, it's going to be a pain, a lot of editing, and that's not going to be good for me. So playing Fuze is a smart tactic, but it's also the reason why a lot of people play as him, especially beginners. It's a really easy character to get the grasp of. And as you can see here, I reloaded when it was like very few ammunition in my banana mag. That's because if you're running an assault rifle, then yeah, you should reload if you have very few bullets left in it. If you're running an LMG, if you have like 30 bullets left and it's saying to reload, then don't. That slowly reloading is gonna help you, and I'm still a bit sick. But as you can see, I don't waste the cluster charge there because it's all barbed wire. And I try to keep away from nitro cells, as this is one of the weaknesses of Fuze. He's a slow-moving character, just like a lot of other characters who could be potentially dangerous to the defending team. Now, I know for a fact that door has someone in it because the barricade is more inward than outward. If it's outward, it was put on the outside. If it was inward, it was put on the inside. Now, as you can see, we move in, and I try and shoot him down. It's important that I try and stay with most health, because a Fuze is very powerful in certain game modes like secure the area, but we got hostage, so I have to be very careful, especially with the hostage. You don't want to go blowing up the hostage with your Fuze charge. Anyway, so as you can tell, this room is looking very suspicious with all the reinforcements. There's only one guy in it, but I still get owned due to a flashbang. As you can see there, he throws a flashbang, and I get owned. Here in Coastline, I'm running the LMG because it's bomb, and if it's bomb, you want to have as much ammunition as you can when you're defending the user. So, anyway, it's okay if I take a little bit of damage here, but it's mainly not my preferred playstyle unless I know for a fact it's gonna be very helpful. Now, as you can see, the LMG slowly rises up. That's one thing I kind of use to my advantage. I aim for the chest. As it moves up, it goes towards the head, and in this game, headshots are very deadly. And with a fast-moving, with a high DPS rifle gun like Fuze is, it's very important. Now, I hear in one of these couple footages a suicide bomber, so I decide to reload. Because a suicide bomber is very threatful, and I know I can't play multiplayer, otherwise it's going to be a pain to edit. But if you're going to deal with something like this, you always got to have a lot of ammunition. If you know there's a major threat, always have a lot of ammunition inside your mag. Now, as we slowly move along here, as usual with his slow pace, we come across this suspicious looking room, and I get gunfire against me, and then there's that other suspicious room that I'm being shot out of, and I see the bomb. So here's my plan. I'm gonna run across, and I start spraying since I'm flashed. So as you can see, he's right there, and then there's another guy right behind me, and I take a lot of damage, I believe. Nope. And then yeah, there we go. There's one to take a lot of damage. And then I just try and finish it off with this pistol. This is the one time I use the little PPQ style pistol instead of the normal one that you saw in the last piece of footage. But as you can see here, I'm gonna cluster charge that because I know for a fact there's people in there and reload my empty gun. That didn't get much people, but I know for a fact I can do it again since there's a little barrier there that can hide people. And we move across. And all threats have been mostly eliminated. Mostly.
Move to its location and plant the diffuser.
I'm saying that with a high discretion because there you see gunfire. And I try to look away from flashbangs. But here we go. And I try to do a good, what it sounds like a good strategy, and plant the bomb behind a diffuser behind a deployable shielding. Hold the cover tight, but one thing I forgot was that door he came out of was still an opening. So I was holding a very wide angle, which is bad in this game. So I'm holding this very wide angle, and after I get a couple kills, I end up getting killed. Now here's one in bank where I see the crosshairs turn red, and that's one thing you should always look out for: red turning hairs and suspicious barriers. But anyway, I prefer to play Fuze like that. When it's extract the hostage or any sort of like mainly extract the hostage. And most people don't play Fuze unless you're a freaking idiot. But most people prefer to play that way, and I'm getting like destroyed from all angles. And I try to go in with a pistol and look all cool, yeah. But I can that usually gets me killed. So I cluster charge this room because I know there's someone in there because of all the shells coming through. And I get blown up by a suicide bomber. Now here's me entering, and I didn't see these targets were too far spread out that it wasn't much of a threat to cluster charge it. If there was more people in here like they usually do, it maybe. But I try to hop over the cubicle, but it doesn't work, which kind of sucks. So this is the reason I like to play Fuze very aggressively, as I keep saying. And the LMG is a good gun. No, it's a very good gun. So is the AK. But LMG has its moments, like bomb defusal and secure the area. But if you're dumb enough to play a hostage with Fuze, good luck. But sometimes sometimes bomb might be good with the AK. It depends on what your preference is. This is a character all about preference. It's a very good character that's all about preference, and this is the preferred loadouts I use. And yes, I'm still a bit sick, and I know for a fact that there's people over there, and I do the stupid decision to go in guns blazing and get stuck in barbed wire. Now in this clip, I am playing Fuze, and it's kill the I believe, yeah, it's kill all the terrorists. So I know I usually play multiplayer, but in order to get this Fuze footage, it's better for me just to play terrorist hunt. And I see that the room to my left is not good enough to use my cluster charge in, so I go in, and I prefer just to go in and use the LMG to take down those two hostiles in the hallway. Bless me, God. And I see the suicide bomber, and one thing you should always do when you're playing a certain character, and one thing I always do, is watch out for certain indicators that give them away. Sorry. So that one got blown up for an unknown reason, and here's a suspicious looking door that I know for a fact that I can cluster charge because I know there are people in there. And ta-da! Boom! One kill, and then there's more to happen. It's not as much as I wanted, but good enough. And I am forced to reload since there's no ammo, which is something you should do with an LMG. Wait till the very last second to reload. And I go off for a hunch here because there's a reinforced panel, so And I still blow it up, even though I win this one. I try and make sure that I don't die throughout it. So I move downstairs to clear it. And there you go. Another guy pops up and pops back down. Another suspicious looking door. I can use my final cluster charge on that. And just to be sure, I go in and try and make sure that no one survives, because you can't survive these things easily. And this is where breach charge come in handy. It's faster than breaking down the door. So I move into this other room and realize my cluster charge was useless. But I do see another suspicious looking door. So breach charge up and bombs away. Bam! 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 Bam, 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 bam. John Woo style gunfight. Bam, 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 bam. And there's a nitrous cell. So let's get rid of that so we can continue on. Terrible aim. I know. Potato aim. I know. I know. So as we move along here, I realize it's empty. So I decide to reload. Now, this is one thing that I should have not done. I should have just kept going, but whatever. And now, there, another guy appears. And here's one of the things you should not do when you're a heavy armor character, and that's make your way through barbed wire. Barbed wire as a heavy armor character is a pain to get through, and it's gonna make you a sitting duck, basically. So, as I slowly move on here, keeping my crosshairs on the door in front of me, but you should also keep crosshairs behind you as well, because there's a ladder. Now, any character, especially, would get killed by a ladder, so I just check it before I move in. See no one's there, move on. Now there's a couple enemies left, and I run into one. So, I don't have a cluster charge anymore, so I just spray and pray. And, as you can see, sometimes that tactic might work, sometimes it might not. I try to peek him, and there you go. 26 rounds still left. I go up and check. This is where the LMG kind of really shines, is in the fast mowing down of people. And I'm sorry about the little thing that popped up saying connection kind of crappy. In order to record this, I have to connect it to my Xbox wirelessly, so it's kind of hard to do that with crappy Wi-Fi. So I'm trying to do that as much as I can, and run into more. And if there's one nitrous cell, go ahead and use your rifle. It's like taking out a camera. But if there's like multiple, you might not want to use your rifle, otherwise that's going to eat a lot of your ammunition. No one's there, move on to the next. This is the part where I decide to reload, cause I have 128 rounds left, so I prefer to have. So now once I use some of the rounds, I have some in replacement, basically. So I'm just gonna go sweeping the area. Sweep, sweep, sweep. You gotta keep sweeping. So be smart, and I just continuously sweep, so I'm just gonna let it off where I'm sweeping. Now here I should begin to check, because this is one of the rooms I didn't secure, and there we go. I didn't narrate the other part because it was just me clearing the room, so there's nothing much to narrate there. And then there's a guy up there, and bam, another guy appears. Now I cut here because it was just a bunch of me clearing, but I see a guy there just not paying attention, so I take advantage. And that's what you gotta do. what's going on, guys? My name is Mudkip here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you my top loadouts for characters. You know I play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm just going to go through here one by one until I get all of them. Well, it's going to take a while because there's going to be more, and every time another one comes out, I'm going to do it some more. But I'm going to start off with my top one and slowly move down the line. Next time we'll look at Buck, and then we'll look at Doc. So Doc might come up first, but Buck will be the next attacker. Doc will be the first defender. I'm this Mudkip, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.